As the war against kidnapping is intensified, Lagos State Governor Akinwumi Ambode signs the anti-kidnapping bill recently passed by the State House of Assembly into law, with a pledge to ensure its full implementation to eradicate kidnapping once and for all in the state. The prohibition of the Act of Kidnapping law imposes a penalty of life imprisonment on kidnapping for ransom. The law also stipulates that where a victim dies in the course of kidnap, the suspect is liable on conviction to death. Governor Ambode said the enactment of law became imperative owing to the incessant spate of kidnapping in the state, which had gotten to a level that required decisive action from government and sent serious message to perpetrators of such heinous crime. Now, call it cherry news, but it's with a mixed feeling. Also from Lagos State, the Nigerian Customs has impounded a 40-foot container laden with 661 pump-action rifles concealed in steel doors and other goods in the container. Acting on a tip-off, the truck was intercepted by the roving team of the officers of the Federal Operations Unit Zone A along Mile 2 on the Apapa-Oshodi Expressway, also in Lagos State. The Comptroller General, Nigeria Customs Service, Colonel Hamid Ali, retired, disclosed that the rifles were packed in 49 boxes. 3 suspects have been arrested in connection with the illegal importation, and officers linked to the release of the containers are being interrogated. In the meantime, the federal government has set up a task force on food security to curb rising costs of food items. According to members of the cabinet, government is quite concerned about the rising cost of food items and the fact that more often than not, even when these products are available and do not reach the market, they are sold at very exorbitant prices. The task force on food security is set up to ensure that an end is put to the wastages that occur, and with tons and tons of produce sitting down in the farms, rotting away, and the markets getting at the attention of the government. The task force, which is an interministerial committee made up of the ministers of agriculture, finance, water resources, transportation, will also be looking out for what areas of intervention the government can make. Now, data feeds coming through in one place simultaneously will focus on the biggest stories. Tell us what you think and how you think we can spread all of that and take that all of out of our country. But also forget that the spread of Lassa fever is something that we must contain. The government says it's working towards that, and already 43 people have died so far. The latest case is in Abuja, sadly. It's time for State of the Nation. Welcome. Everyone in Nigeria and the rest of the world. I'm Sulaiman Alede. This is State of the Nation. Now, data feeds coming through in one place simultaneously, all at the same time. We have a lot of platforms for you to join the show. Channelstv.com is one of such, and of course youtube.com/channelsware. Visit m.channelstv.com wherever you are. It's a live stream. You can also be part of the program. Send in your tweets at Alede and use the hashtag State of the Nation for real-time interaction. So many things happening all at the same time, and the very first is what we're looking at today, and it has to do with a lot of concern coming from the people, whether you are an importer or a security agent. That big catch in Lagos, many are asking the question, is it just one too many, or we're just too lucky to get this one? Perhaps it's just a one-off. But joining us this time to look at that is Mr. Ofobike. He joins us to look at the issues, and perhaps many are asking if this is what they call merchants of death. Good to have you join us on State of the Nation. You're worried about this, aren't you?
I'm too worried about it. Thank you very much.
Because if you look at it, this is your own area. You represent the people who bring in goods and a whole lot of other things into our country, which people would say these are businessmen and women, many of them, and of course Nigerians as well. But when you saw that on the news, first, what came to mind?
What came to mind? I was happy, praising, singing hallelujah to God for such a wonderful discovery and interception, because if these cargoes got into the market and to the public, it's going to cause a serious havoc to the nation. First and foremost, I want to give thanks to Almighty God. I want to give thanks to the security agents and the people that gave this information. It's a very, very big catch. I can say it's a very good New Year gift to the nation. I'm happy about that.
Now tell us the operations, how it works. You represent the licensed customs, operators in the country. When goods like this come into the country, first a lot of people were saying this should have gone through the scanners, and without this getting through the scanners, and we got them right in the city. That is why we want people like you to tell us what you go through on a daily basis when you have any kind of consignment coming into the country.
Thank you very much. I think I'm in a very good position to talk about what happens in the port. I was two-time chairman of Apapa Port under the licensed custom agent. I served under 13 controllers of customs. I was there when they concessed the port and the private concessionaires came on board. And every agreement that was reached as regards cargo clearance for security is very, very important. It was agreed on so many occasions that cargoes coming to this country supposed to be scanned from the ship to the dock, to the terminal. Every cargo got to be scanned, and the image will be warehoused to see what is coming to this country. And I think that was not done on so many occasions until they bring Koteknak, that was in charge of manning the scanning for the customs and stuff like that. At the time, most of the cargo were routed to go through scanning, because if you go through the scanning,
that means not all of them.
At that time, there's selectivity that have to do with scanning. So if you have to go physical red have to go to scanning, yellow have to go to physical examination, green straight to the warehouse. They have to profile, the customs have to profile the import. So at that time, the scanning was working. And as it is, the Kotekna were laid off, and I don't know if it is sabotage. Custom took over the scanning machine. Eventually, all the scan went dead. I continue to shout, I say Nigerian. I am not an importer, I'm a clearing agent. And what I'm clearing is said to contain SCT. It's said to contain, and you have to submit your cargo for proper examination, inspection by the customs.
When you talk about submission of cargo and for inspection, perhaps now we should be asking who is liable here, because you represent the customs,
yes.
The clearing agents.
Yes.
Now. Who should we be speaking to at the moment?
Let me talk to you, people that are liable. There is a law that states any ship that brings in cargo that is contraband, that ship is born to be seized. It's in the law. Ship that brings in cargo is an international law. If you bring any cargo that is against the rule of the country, that cargo is seized. And this is an outright seizure, outright CB that don't even have to come. The shipping company that brought in this cargo is liable. The terminal operator, because I heard that terminal operator is to warehouse the cargoes for the customs. And before you move any cargo, you have to book for inspection for custom to inspect your cargo.
And now if you say now that we now have 100% inspection, that's against what we had before.
Yes.
So what do you think went wrong here? Do you think that someone would
Yes,
compromise?
somebody compromised. Somebody compromised his position. The shipping company that brought this cargo, they are liable in the first place. The terminal operators that this cargo, I discovered that it was not properly booked for inspection, and they released that cargo. They don't have to do that. If your cargo is booked for inspection, the custom will inspect your cargo. The custom now will exit. It's three things. So if there is no booking and there is exit, the terminal operators have to write to custom. So cargo was not exited. It did not go through scanning, and you have exit. They need to ask. Somebody have compromised.
But again, you know, the customs have been speaking, and they say your agents compromise.
And let me tell you something.
They give money, they bribe their members.
Now, I'm saying something. I said, you can call the agent, you can say, we don't report. The agent that killed cargo, he is liable. Why? He refused to submit the cargo for proper inspection. You understand what I'm saying? So that particular agent is liable. He knows that this cargo is not carrying the normal cargo. He's supposed to allow the customs. You understand what I'm saying? That agent is like every Nigerian. He's not a patriotic agent. And now the custom officer that released cargo, I want to say this in today. There is no custom officer. I want to quote. I've been in the custom in the part for 26 or above that. There's no custom officer, even if you give him $1 trillion, when he discovered that this cargo is carrying such cargo, no custom officer will do that. What happened is there are some people that parade themselves as agents. They are touts. They are in the port 24/7. They mess around in the port. They move around with these officers. Because of their familiarity with the officers, they submitted this cargo, and the officer somewhere released. You know, the man that inspected the cargo and write the report and give it to the officer to release. It's a chain.
You know, good thing your investigation has started, and we have already 3 people in custody, as well as 2 other officers from the Nigerian Customs Service. We must put a stop to all of this, and perhaps you should proffer some solutions since you operate within the ports. There
should be an an agreement between the country of export, the import, and the country of discharge. It's an international law that every country, if you have the things we ban, we have to send it to those countries, and any country, any cargo that's going to a particular country, you look at what the country accepts. If it is not checked from that very place, we are going to have problem. It is going to be an international something. The government of Nigeria and the government from the country of the export will have to go into agreement. Bringing cargoes that is civil, bringing cargoes that's substandard. So it is something that intergovernment, from country to country, they need to do that. Because if you don't do that, definitely we're going to have problems. You're talking about the port. What of the products of the borders? Who man the border? Look at the landmark about Nigerian borders. We are talking about discovering the same from this port. Look at landmark of Nigerian borders, and things have got to the place. You look at it, the borders are manned. There is no equipment to man the borders, and the customs officers are being killed every day and on because trying to protect, trying to man our borders. I think government have to do something very, very important.
It's exciting that you found it worthy to say all of that, and I'm so excited that you made it to the program, Mr. John of 4BK, Zonal Coordinator, Association of Nigerian Licensed Customs Agent. It's good speaking with you on the program today. We'll stay on this and we'll see how it unfolds.